right, very good afternoon and good evening to everyone. Welcome to our Monday live session again. Those who you already know, every Monday we're coming with one university for having live discussion for our student and who is interested to higher education in UK and other destinations. So today, this Monday also we invited one university, one of the top ranking university in the UK, that is University of Brighton. So we'll learn regarding Brighton course and university itself and the upcoming intakes, so many courses and scholarship opportunities and other things. So audiences from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, you can comment your any queries in the comment box. You can ask your question in our WhatsApp channel as well. And also, if you want to visit one of our branch, you can visit our branches in your nearest branch. We have offices in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, Africa. We have offices in Saudi Arabia, in Middle East. So if you can connect any of our branches if you want to connect, and you can ask any query in this live session. You can also ask any of your query regarding University of Brighton and upcoming intake, scholarships, any course. So without any further ado, let's welcome our today's guest, Ms. Sarah Kaiser. She is Regional Manager, Asia for University of Brighton. Hello, Apu. Good afternoon.
Hello, hi, good afternoon.
Hi. Welcome to our show today. And let's welcome our core of this show every time, Mr. Zahidul, CEO of Shabuj Global Education. Hello here.
Hello, 𝗟𝗓𝗙. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Welcome to our social media live. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So, Sarah, as my colleague,
you.
yes, as my colleague mentioned that every Monday we bring one of the universities, our partner universities, and we talk about the university, their courses, scholarship facilities for the international students. So same thing with University of Brighton, and we are very happy to get you today, to have you with us. So this is a 1 hour session. So first 30 minutes, we will have a presentation from you about the university, and obviously we'll learn many things today regarding anti-requirement scholarship, ranking, facilities, and everything. And during this time, we'll collect questions from the audience. And then after that, there will be a Q&A session of another 30 minutes where we can select some questions, then we can discuss with those questions. And these social media live, our students from South Asia, Middle East, Africa, UK, and Europe, they can see through LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. So thank you, 𝗟𝗙𝗙, and thank you, Sarah. So you can go ahead with your presentation.
Oh, thank you so much. So happy to do a small presentation. I'll keep it under 30 minutes, and I would like to end the presentation with a somewhat of a quiz for students so that they can engage with us. And I hope, if and I believe we've agreed that with Shabuj Global, that any student the students who interact, top 3 of them will be chosen, and then they will be able to win some exciting prizes. So that would be great. Thank you. So I would like to start, as I've mentioned, I'm Sarah Kaiser. I am the Regional Manager for Asia at University of Brighton, and I live in Brighton. So it is one of my favorite cities in the UK, and I've lived in a few places. But in terms of the sun, in terms of the city itself, it's one of the most beautiful, one of the most vibrant cities. So this is me. Hello. In terms of University of Brighton, one of the most attractive things about us is our location. So it is the sunniest place in the UK. We are on the south coast of England. In terms of living and student life, we have been ranked as top 100 in the world for best student cities. In terms of accessibility, we're very close to London. We're literally an hour away from central London and from Gatwick International Airport, which is one of the 3 main airports in London. We're literally 30 minutes away. So in terms of the city itself, it is very vibrant, it is very diverse, very inclusive, and it is there is a lot of different colleges and higher education in Brighton and Hove, the city. So a big portion of the population is actually made up of students. So about 40,000 of the living population in Brighton is Brighton and Hove are students. So yeah, you've got literally amazing sceneries. You've got your beach, you've got your South Downs, which is beautiful national park. At the same time, we are also well known for Premier League football. A little bit about some of the fun and activities that take place in Brighton. So why Brighton? So if you are considering studying in the UK for undergrad or postgrad level, Brighton is a good option, is a great option to consider. So we're top 50 in the UK for graduate prospects, very highly ranked top 30 as well for sustainability. In terms of our teaching standard, we're silver awarded. And if you're looking at business courses, our business courses are accredited by prestigious Association of Advanced Collegiate School of Business, which is called AACSB. It's one of the three accreditations. So it's one of the triple accreditations that top business schools have. And a lot of our courses, so we are very employability focused. So a majority of our courses, be it undergrad or postgrad, either come with accreditation or come with work placement or internship opportunities. This is just a testimonial from one of our current students who really enjoyed their time at Brighton. So yeah, so we've got a video. I'm going to try see if I can play this just so you can get a bit of a sense for Brighton. Zahid, I'm going to try play this right
Okay.
now. Please let me know if it's working, okay?
Begin here.
Yes, it's working.
Broad horizons await. From explorers to quiet seekers, looking to find your purpose, your tribe. This is the place. To go with the flow, to go against the grain. Find your feet first, then dare to disrupt. With support from the best, learn in ways that make sense to you. Because here, success is a game where you play to your strengths. Through action and doing, experience and practice, you'll grow into who you're meant to be. Expressing what makes you, you, freely. You don't need to fit in to know you belong in our big-hearted, beautiful city. Live the dream. Big dreams are great. But action and doing is how you create the work and the life that feels right for you. And you'll love who you become as you discover what you can do.
All right. I think that hopefully gives you a bit of a sense of what Brighton is all about. Yeah, let me just try and go back. Yeah, so let's go a little bit deep dive into the university and what are the kind of courses we offer. So we've got like 7, 8 academic schools. So the School of Applied Sciences, School of Architecture, Technology, Engineering, Art and Media, Business and Law, Education, Humanities, Sports and Health Sciences, and the Brighton and Sussex Medical School. So pretty much we've got all kinds of courses at undergrad and at master's level. This is another quote from one of our students who's currently studying at a master's level in the School of Architecture and Technology and Engineering. So we'll go a little bit more into each of the campuses, but in terms of the courses again that we have, we've got a big range of courses, especially within like business school and in School of Architecture, Technology and Engineering. Majority of our courses offer either placement or internship opportunity, and it is a lot of employability focus on there. So we are not trying to just educate students. We're not trying to teach students. We want to make sure they have all the right tools so that when they graduate, they're ready for the job market. Hence, that brings me into some of the areas of excellence that we've been awarded for or well known for. So in the UK, we are ranked number 2 for education courses. So for like teaching, PGCE courses, we're ranked number 2. In terms of pharmaceutical courses, we're ranked number 3. Physiotherapy, we're top 3, and we have been top 3 for years and years for physiotherapy in the UK. So some of our courses, again, because of the employability, because of the practical element, we have been voted again and again for teaching those very well, but also for the graduate outcomes. Some other ones I would like to highlight would be like art and design. We're top 20 in the UK for art and design. We're top 150 in the world for art and design as well. So there, and also like sports therapy, sports sciences as well. We're very highly ranked and very well known in the world as well. So it is very career-focused, employability-driven courses. A lot of our courses offer some sort of support, either accreditations or some sort of placement or internship that will help you with the right kind of accreditation, or will help you with registrations in the UK, or with the experience that will help with your future job opportunities. Little bit about Brighton City. So if it's okay, I'm going to play this one as well, because I think one of the main draws about University of Brighton is not just the university. So the university is fantastic and is massive. We've got 3 different campuses, which I'll go into detail a little bit more. But at the same time, it is also about the city. As I'd mentioned, we're one of the top cities in the world for a student experience. So I want to show you a little bit about the city, because for me personally, I think it's one of the best places to live. And also as a woman, I find it to be very safe.
Hello, I'm Allie from Maryland in the United States, and today I'll be taking you on a tour of Brighton, including some of my favorite spots to get traditional British food. When I first arrived to the UK, I was met with a whirlwind of emotions. I was really a bit nervous when I landed in London. It was a big, busy, bustling city. But when I came on the train to Brighton, I got to the station and I finally felt at home. I saw people with vibrant, beautiful colored hair, different kinds of clothes, and music was playing as I entered. I knew this was the right place to start my adventure. Here I am at the open market, one of my favorite places to shop with friends. There's many independent stores that have unique products you wouldn't find anywhere else. Also, there's many lovely cafes that I love to spend my mornings in. I love walking around through the markets, finding different fresh foods that I couldn't get in the grocery store. And I also enjoy looking around at the unique clothing that's quite different than anything else I can find in town for a better price as well. Now we're done here at the open market. Let's go to the level. Here I am at the level. This is one of the spots where I meet up with my friends for various societies that I'm in. There's a beautiful field to play football at. Right now I'm sitting at the skate park, and it's a lovely place to walk around and enjoy time with friends. Walking around Brighton, there's a huge sense of community. There's always a familiar face or someone you know around the corner. I love this place because I feel very safe as a young woman and that I'm very secure of my surroundings. Wandering through the lanes is essential to living in Brighton. The vibrant atmosphere is so exciting and inviting. When I first looked up the town, this is what drew me in. The unique independent shops, and the beautiful culture surrounded by it. Getting work done in cute little cafes is one of the best parts about being a student in Brighton. I prioritize my work-life balance a lot more here than I did back home in America. I'm able to relax while working in a motivating environment to get my studies done. Getting around Brighton is super convenient. I feel like I'm able to live a more independent lifestyle as a student, and I don't even have to have a car. I can just take the bus. The unique street art helps me to find my way through the town. Whenever I'm lost, I just tell my friends, meet me at Alice. When I first came to Brighton, I got a job at a traditional English pub. Working here helped me to overcome many culture shocks that I had. The slang and the way that people talked was very foreign to me at first, but getting closer with the locals is a great way to immerse yourself into the culture. Here we are at the Royal Pavilion. This is located right in the center of town. It's one of my favorite places to meet friends and take a break from the busy city. Have some time to look around at nature. Visiting the pavilion is always an adventure. This spot in particular is great for a scenic picnic with friends. Inside, there's a lovely art museum that offers student discounts. And in the wintertime, this is a huge ice skating rink where you can come and hang out with friends. Here I am at the Brighton Palace Pier. Here is the place where I came my first week of university to meet different international students. During our social event, we went inside and played games on the 2p machines, and at the end of the pier, there's a lot of fun carnival rides. Here we are at our final stop on the tour, Brighton Beach. This beautiful view and ocean right in front of me is what originally attracted me to moving to this city. It reminds me of the calm beaches back home in Maryland. Behind me, you can see what's left of the West Pier. This is one of my favorite places to escape from the city. If you want the authentic UK experience, you must try fish and chips. Let's go order some now. Thank you for joining me for this tour of Brighton. Look out for our campus tour videos on YouTube or follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more content.
That was, I think, fantastic. And I think Ali truly got the vibe of Brighton very well. And I would echo, it is definitely a very safe city, especially if you're a woman. And there's so much to do. There's so much that the city has to offer. One of my favorite things I would like to mention is, if you saw in the video, there's a lot of seagulls. We're a beach town, so that comes as a part of the parcel. And then the other one is that if you see, there's a lot of like street art and graffiti and artwork, and that's because that's part of the heart of Brighton, and it is such an artistic, inclusive, and diverse city. And you will see all kinds of artwork and exhibitions and art, and the whole city is kind of an artwork in some way. So it is beautiful, it is vibrant, and it is youthful at the same time, and is peace. And while it's a city with close proximity to London, it still has that peace. So now going back to our campuses, as I'd mentioned, we've got 3 different campuses. So they are a little far from each other, just a little far, but they are still very close that you can get on a bus and be at each campus within about a 10-15 minute ride, depending on the traffic. So I'll start with the city campus, which is right in the Brighton city centre. It is opposite the Brighton Pavilion, the Taj Mahal like building that you saw. So it is very, very close. It is very close to the beach. It is very central. It's very close to the main Brighton train station. It is very accessible. And then Moulsecoomb campus, this is where, sorry, I want to go back. So the city campus is where we have our art and design courses mainly. When it comes to Moulsecoomb campus, this is our biggest campus. It is our main campus in terms of where we have, this is the School of Business and Law, School of Architecture, Technology and Engineering, Social Sciences as well. So it is where we teach majority of our programs and has a lot of purpose-built facilities. And from the city campus is literally about 25-30 minute walk or a 12-minute bus ride. And Fulmer campus, which is in terms of space, one of our biggest, but it is also the most peaceful campus. It's very green and lush. It is about 10-minute bus ride from 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗆 and about 25-minute bus ride from the city campus. So it is also where we have our AMAC Stadium, which is the home of Brighton and Hove Albion team, that is very literally right next door to our Falmer campus.
If you know about Brighton, you probably know about the city, the sights, and the
just
sounds.
a little bit about
What's
the
it like on
campuses.
campus? You'll be taught at one of 3 campuses across Brighton. All our locations are connected by cycle paths, bus routes, and trains. So you could choose where you eat, study, work out, or hang out with friends. All campuses have halls of residence on site or nearby, so you could be living within minutes of your classes. And each campus has been designed for the subjects being taught there. City Campus is in the heart of our creative, inspiring city. This is where you'll be if you're studying arts, design, music, and film. Mawson Campus is at the heart of the university, where everyone comes together, especially to meet at the Students' Union. It's our biggest campus and student village, where half of our students are studying subjects like business, law, architecture, engineering, humanities, and social sciences. All our education, sports, and health sciences subjects are based at the Falmer campus, where our city meets the countryside. It's just 20 minutes from the city centre, and it's a beautiful place that draws its own crowd. What all Brighton students have in common, studying here is very hands-on. So wherever you're based, you'll be amongst your people putting your new skills and knowledge into practice in some amazing professional industry standard facilities. And help and advice is available on every campus. Along with your own student support and guidance tutor, our friendly team of advisors are there to point you in the right direction of expert help, whether it's study support, money matters, careers planning, mental health, and well-being. You'll find places to focus, places to collaborate, places to refuel, places to play, places to work things out, places to be inspired, a place to call home, and a place to belong.
Okay. So we've gone into the video, so 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗆 is our biggest campus, as I mentioned, and it houses a School of Business, Law, Architecture, Technology, Engineering, Applied Sciences, Humanities, and Social Sciences. So every campus that we have also come with their own accommodation options. So we've got plenty of accommodation options available in each of our campuses. And as we mentioned, City Campus is in the heart of the city centre, and Falmer, which meets city and country. So a little bit about accommodation. So for students who are undergrad first-year students, they are offered guaranteed university-managed halls of residence, but they will have to book and apply, book, and accept their offer by the deadline. But apart from those, we also have a lot of private accommodation available in Brighton City, given that it's a proper student town. Let's talk a little bit about employability. I did mention that our courses have employability built into it. So how do we do that? As I mentioned, placement here. We've also got professional accreditations and recognition for the courses. Also, at the same time, one of the main draws would be the access to student circus. So our students have access to especially our international students have access to student circus, so that they're able to find verified job listings from employers, especially who are looking for like sponsored jobs and placements, very relevant. These are some of the courses. These are some of the accreditations that come with our majority of our courses. So as you can see over here, there's REBA for architecture, then you've got like CIMA, you've got your ACCA for accounting and finance, so there, and AACSB, for example, for Business Education Alliance. So pretty much majority of our courses have an accreditation attached to it, so that it makes the qualification even more handy for the students. Another student testimonial. Yeah, and in terms of career perspective, one of the good things is not only do we have our own dedicated careers and employability team to offer support for students, but pretty much every faculty have a career support person who is dedicated to support students from that faculty. So that way, students don't even have to go to the main career service office. They literally can just be in their own building, and there is a career support person available there who can help them. In terms of entry requirement, these are for like Bangladesh and India. However, if you go onto the website, on the international page, you'll find entry requirement for your own countries. So in terms of undergrad, we're usually looking for about 60 to 70%, depending on the qualification. If you're looking at postgrad entry, we're usually looking for 2.75 GPA, or usually equivalent to 2.22 from the UK education system. Some courses might need a 2.1, so you'll have to check depending on the course. In the city's campus, we have a lot of art and design courses, and as I've mentioned, those are some of our top ranked courses in the world. For portfolio courses, we definitely need portfolios for like architecture or art and media courses, and they need to be assessed as part of the application. So if you need a guidance for that, you can go onto brighton.ac.uk/portfolio, and there is a proper guide on how you need to build a portfolio. Our admission teams will review, and most of portfolio applications have to go to an academic tutor for review and decision making. Fees, let's talk a little bit about fees. So undergrad fees start at about 17,250 if you're looking to do just the bachelor's degree. However, if you want to add in a placement year, there is no tuition fee added to that, only a placement year fee, which is 1,850. For postgrad, the course range is between 16,900 to about 19,000 pound, but majority of the courses, depending, usually fall about 17,900 pound. And again, a lot of our courses offer a placement year, so you can either do a 1-year master's degree or a 2-year master's with placement option. If you're doing the placement year, there is no added fees for that. It is just a fee of 1,800 placement fee. So technically, you would be paying on average, let's say your tuition fee for a particular course is 17,900, you'd be paying that for a 2-year program. In terms of deposit, our deposit amount is £5,000. From anywhere you're coming from, you need to pay a £5,000 deposit in order to confirm your place and get the CAS letter. Let's talk about scholarships. So scholarships, hold on, that got stuck. Oops, sorry about that. Wait a second, sorry. I think I clicked too hard. Apologies. Oh, now we're going back and forth. I'm almost done. Yeah, so speaking of scholarships, so we do have a lot of good scholarships available at undergrad and bachelor and master's level. So we've got the VC scholarship, which is available to a lot of the countries. So that's for South Asia, Southeast Asia, Africa, MENA, Turkey, LATAM, and Europe. It is available for the VC scholarship. Other territories, they are able to apply for the International Office Scholarship, and that the value of that one is also £2,500. But let's talk about the VC scholarship. So at undergrad level, the value is £5,500 over 3 years. So the first year you're eligible to get 2,500, and then the second and third year 1,500 each. And this is a guaranteed scholarship based on which country you come from. And for postgrad level, it's an automatic £2,500 scholarship that is available. If you are applying and confirming your offer before 31st of May 2025, you are eligible to also get the early bird discount that we have, which is an additional £500. So you can combine the VC Vice Chancellor Scholarship with the early bird discount. So I've just got a small quiz, and based on this, you would be able to, the top 3 would be able to win exciting prizes with Shabuj. So you have, let's give it a week. So feel free to look at the video, do some research, and come back with some answers. So question number 1, Brighton is a very popular city for tourists. Can you guess how many tourists visited Brighton in 2024? Question number 2. The University of Brighton is proud of its international student community. What percentage represent those international students that are currently enrolled at Brighton? How long, question number 3, how long does it take to get to London Gatwick Airport from Brighton? I answered that in the presentation. How many lights illuminate Brighton's Palace Pier each night? The origins of the University of Brighton can be tracked back to which year? So what I've also mentioned this in the presentation. What is the name of the football stadium Premier League team Brighton and Hove Albion play at? What is our home team stadium? And Brighton's South Downs offer some beautiful walking trails along Devil's Dyke and beyond. What is the longest trail you can explore? Brighton, I don't know if you know music. I don't know if you know ABBA, the group, the Swedish pop group. Brighton has an iconic music history with Swedish pop group ABBA and the Eurovision Song Contest debut of Waterloo. Taking place in our very own Brighton Dome, what year did they win the contest? So that was the quiz. Get your answers ready and send them to Shabuj Global, who is hosting this webinar with me today. And they are one of our priority partners, and they'll be able to support you with the application, any inquiries you have, and how to proceed with University of Brighton. And just a little overview. So in terms of being a student at Brighton, it is a very rewarding experience. Not only do you get a strong education background, but you get a lot of hands-on from literally your first week into your studies. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our international office, or you can reach out to Shabuj Global and they will be able to support you with all your queries. I think that's it for me. And you can follow us on social media to keep on a watch on what's going on and find out more about University of Brighton, what activities we're up to. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your nice presentation that you learned about the university ranking, subject area, location, different sites, then the facilities that the students they are getting. And we are very pleased to see the quiz that you prepare for the students. And just to add, each student, they can send their answer to info@shabujglobal.com. I think my colleague, they can write it down, so student, they can copy it. So they can send the answer to info@shabujglobal.com. We will pick best 3. So although you have been given them 7 days time, so we will try to find as early as we can. So as soon as we get best 3, then it will close. However, still they will have opportunities. We can keep them in the record for the future quiz, which will be happening again next month with another event with the University of Brighton. So thank you, Sarah. So I think we have received quite a good number of questions for you today. Good. And some questions that will be managed by my colleague, Imtiaz. Let me ask you 2-3 questions first, then I will hand over it to my colleague, Imtiaz. So first of all, for your placement year, which is very exciting that you mentioned. So your placement year or internship, this is available with both undergraduate program and postgraduate program. And you said the post placement year fees will be 1,850. So my question is for the postgraduate students, for example, any student applying for a postgraduate program with a placement year, so the course duration is 2 years. And we can see the tuition fees 17,000. So this 17,000 pounds is for course fees, is not for any particular year fees. And in addition, they need to pay 1,850. Can you please make it a little bit clear?
Yes, and you're correct, Zahid.
Yeah.
So, for postgraduate students who are looking at doing a 2-year master's with placement year,
Yeah.
their fees for the entire program is going to
Okay.
be the tuition fee that is 17,000. Let's say the course fee is 17,250. So
Yeah.
that 17,250 will be for the entire program. So there's no like they have to pay that for every year. It's the
Okay.
entire duration of the program. It is
Yeah.
just 17,250. For the placement year, which is the second year of their 2-year masters, they just have an addition fee. They don't pay anything extra in terms of tuition. They pay a placement fee because our teams will support them throughout to get the placement options. So the
Okay.
placement fee is 1,850 uh,
Yeah.
as a service charge.
Okay, so that means thank you for make it clear again. So if tuition fees for the course is 17,250, for example, and after applying the scholarship of £2,500, in addition, if a student they pay deposit within a deadline for the early bird discount of another £500. So technically, student they are getting £3,000, and after deducting £3,000, so actual tuition fees will remain approximately £14,000 for 2 years program.
Yes.
Okay, and during the placement, is this something that a student they can earn or is unpaid placement? Because as you mentioned that you have your career support team who can help a student to find a job and find a placement here. So if a student they work 1 year basically for the placement, will they get paid for this 1 year job?
Yes, they will. So we only allow students to go for paid placement. Students
Okay,
do not work for free. Students
okay,
will get paid during their placement year.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
So
Thank you
obviously
very much. Yeah,
the
yeah.
amount,
Mm-hmm.
the amount obviously depends, but
Yeah.
our career support team will ensure that the student is whatever placement that they're getting, that
Mm-hmm.
this meets all the government requirement in terms of minimum wage and everything.
Wow, wow. So that means student, whatever they're investing for the course, they are basically they are getting more than that in a second year of their work placement, because we all know
100%.
the government minimum, yes, wages.
So
Thank you for
the
this.
other,
So, yeah,
yeah, sorry, I just want to add one more thing. If
yeah.
you're coming to the UK to study,
Mm-hmm,
one of the main thing, especially when you finish your education and you're looking for a full-time job in the UK, let's say a tier 2 sponsored job, one of the
mm-hmm.
most important thing that a lot of companies look for is UK-based work experience. And
Exactly. Yeah,
usually they don't mean like you're part-time working in service industry. They mean
yeah,
actually like corporate kind of jobs. So
yeah.
one of the best opportunity you can give yourself to
Mm-hmm.
increase and enhance your opportunity is if you actually do a placement here. That is
Yeah,
basically your foot through the door into
yeah,
employability options in the UK. At the
yeah,
least, there's a lot of companies who end up actually offering sponsorship or offering jobs, full-time jobs to students from the placement year. But at the least, a student will get 1 year UK work experience that can then help them with further job opportunities.
Okay. So thank you, Sarah, for this. So do you think same thing will apply for the UG student? Because you also mentioned that your undergraduate student, they can study 3 years and they can add another year, which is again, they do not need to pay any tuition fees, but a service charge, which is 1,850. So is this the same facilities that PG student are getting? Same thing UG student will get?
Yes, absolutely. So be it undergrad or postgrad, the
Mm-hmm.
placement that you do will be a paid placement.
Okay. So technically, undergraduate student, they will pay three years fees for the 4 year of education, right?
Correct.
So because this 4th year placement is part of their education, and
Yeah.
since they are not paying tuition fees for the year 4, that means they are paying 3 year fees for the 4 year education, and they
Yeah.
are getting £5,500 scholarship. So
Yes.
which can reduce their tuition fees beyond 12,000, I think, on average, if we can do it, calculate it in 4 years. So thank you. I just wanted to make sure, because this is something students, they need to understand, because, international students, they are investing their time and money. So they want to know the return of their investment, which is very important, what they're getting in terms of education, work experience, and also they have the opportunity to work in the UK. So thank you for this. Now, I am handing over to my colleague Imtiaz. He can ask some questions that he received from social media.
Yeah, thank you. We got received a few questions from Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp as well. So if I pick this one, Mr. Riyazul Islam, he's asking, I have recently completed my BSc in Computer Science and Engineering with a CGPA of 3.60. I would like to know if I am eligible to apply for scholarship to pursue a master degree. So any a specific scholarship for him, as he's scoring 3.60.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
So he's asking basically any specific scholarship for him. He earned 3.60 in his bachelor CSE.
Well done, first of all. So the way Brighton does scholarship is the automatic Vice Chancellor scholarship. We do not have a merit scholarship, and there's a reason for that, because we see a student as a whole, and we want to judge them not just on their academic, but as a whole individual, which is why instead of a merit scholarship, we mainly offer the Vice Chancellor scholarship, a diversity scholarship. So you can get up to £3,000. There is sports scholarships as well available. But again, scholarships can't be added on top of each other. So depending on if what you can have a look at more information on our scholarship page, but we have a few different scholarships available. So have a look at what is suitable. But at the least, you're looking at about £2,500 VC scholarship, and if you confirm your place before 31st of May, then you can add on another £500.
Yeah, thank you. One of the students is asking from, she's now currently studying in bachelor, second year. So she want to credit transfer or want to again reapply for the bachelor. So is there anything or any course she will going to waive for this 2 year, or she's going to start it from the very first?
Well, depends on the course. So we do have a lot of top-up courses options, but we also, depending on where have you studied? Have you studied in the UK, or what program have you studied? Is something that we already offer. In the UK, education systems are very similar because this is regulated by the Department of Education. So most of the modules will be similar across the universities. So if you have already studied in the UK, let's say year 2, and now you want to transfer, then once we can do a mapping, then that should be no problem. You can submit your query with Shabuj Global. They can help with your application process, and then our academic tutor can have a look, our admission team can have a look to see if it's do the mapping process for you.
Yeah.
And if you're from outside the UK and you're studying in the outside the UK, similar process. Is just that we need to check and make sure that again you have the right modules, so that and we can then try and offer you as short possible as a course as possible. So usually, if you're coming depending on the program and what you've studied, it could be that if not the final year entry, we might be able to give you at least year 2 entry based on the credits you already have.
Thank you. Mr. Sanjeev Bishwas-Neil, he's asking, he just completed his undergraduate, so want to pursue his master's degree in the UK. So will it be possible to paying his tuition fees by working part-time in the Brighton?
I don't encourage that because it becomes a lot of pressure for a student. So Brighton, because it's such a happening place, there's always something happening here, and it's such a vibrant place and proper city with proximity to London. There is a lot of opportunity here. There is a lot of part-time job opportunity here as well. So opportunity exists. However, you have to consider two kind of cost. There is your tuition fee and there is your living cost. If you are looking to cover both by working part-time, that's not possible, because as a student you're only allowed to work 20 hours a week. My recommendation would be, and either way, for UKVI and for your visa and your CAS, you will have to show the amount in advance. So you have, I would say, have your tuition fee covered and paid as much before you even come to the UK, or have your tuition fee amount sorted. Do not think that you need to earn that in the UK. Your living costs, at least I would say 40 to 50% of that, or even 30 to 40% of that, ensure you have, so that the first good few months you are you're liquid and you have you don't have to stress about any financial issues or where to stay, what to eat, all of that. Because when you're coming to the UK, you're fresh, you student, you're new to the UK experience, UK culture, UK lifestyle, away from your family, away from food and comfort that you're used to. So adjusting takes time. And at the same time, you have to start your program. You have to make friends. You have to do well in your program. All of this is a lot of stress for a student. So give yourself time. Settle down into your program, settle down into your classes, in your environment, in your community, and give it time, and then find a job. That way, so that at least keep yourself liquid with financially for at least 3-4 months. Allow yourself time to integrate into your program, into the culture, into the Brighton, into Brighton, and then look for opportunity. You can cover some of your living costs by working part-time, but if you're thinking you can do both or all of it, I don't strongly recommend it. Enjoy your student experience and do well in your course, because if you do well in your course, you interact and are a key player with your academics and your career service team, then you're the one who will benefit most and you will have more opportunities given your way.
Thank you very much for this elaborative answer. So another questions, and
thank you for this. Before going into next question, I just would like to add something with the answer by Sarah. So for the maintenance, actually, UKBI, they made it clear so that our international students, they do not need to face any problem. So students, they need to demonstrate that they have full tuition fees for the year. If this is 1 year program, of course, one full year tuition fees, and at least 9 months of their accommodation and living cost, their living cost in the UK. So the reason that one of the reason UKVI, they already confirmed the amount that the student, they must demonstrate this particular amount they have access, so that student, they do not need to face any problem when they are in the UK, because this is, as I said, this is a very big investment of their time and money. So student, they should have access to that amount of money, so that whenever they come to the UK, they have adequate fund to live at least for 9 months, and either they paid their fees or they have that money available for them to pay the fees. However, as international students, they are getting work right to work 20 hours during term time, and during holiday, of course, they can work as many as they can. So they have always opportunity to earn money. So if they are lucky, if they can work, if they can manage, even from the earliest, from second week or same week that they come to the UK, if they can get an job offer, they can work according to their rules, that's absolutely fine. But my recommendation, just to add with your answer, is please follow UKVI guidelines. That
100%.
UKVI, because if you do not have this money, access to that amount of money, then you are not getting your visa, because this is mandatory part of visa application and visa requirement. Thank you.
100%.
So let's go for the second question.
Yeah, thank you, Zahid, for pointing that out. And 100%, you need to meet the maintenance fund and tuition fee fund requirement by the UKVI. However, I'm just saying, I was just trying to make a point that you shouldn't stress about the part-time job bit so much, so
Exactly,
that
yeah.
you take away attention from your actual study.
Yeah.
Your main aim and ambition needs to be, how are you going to do well in your program? How are you
Exactly.
going to make the most of the resources your university offers? So that would be your
Yeah.
career service team, your placement, but also your practicals that are available to you as part of your, like, in your everyday teaching. So this is
Yeah.
very important. Do not prioritize part-time opportunity or any of that over your study. Your main
Yeah.
thing you're coming for in the UK, spending so much money for, is a good education that can then help you for a good career. But if
Exactly,
you
yeah.
do not prioritize that and prioritize just getting a job and trying to make money, or part-time job, you will not only struggle with your studies, but you will potentially, you will also very likely struggle after you finish to find a proper job.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Please go to the next question.
Yeah.
Imtiaz, if you can go through from Mr. Abid Hassan.
Yeah. So I think he's asking the September intake deadline, everything, the application deadline, the payment deadline, and overall the September intake. Important dates for the
So,
application submission,
so
interviews,
there
and
is still
registration.
a lot of time. Our deadlines are usually end of July, beginning of August for application deadline. Shabuj Global can help you with the process. So please do go through them. They will support you with your inquiry and your application process, and liaise with me, our admission team, and compliance team to help you through every step.
Okay. Another question from WhatsApp. One student is asking, is there any job fair is happening in every, the graduation, or completing their graduation, they are having any job fair or anything like that?
Yes, so there is career fairs that happen at the university. So University of Brighton and our counterpart university, Sussex, together we host job fairs. I think there is two a year, and sometimes there are small ones as well, depending on if it's specific to any particular, like, industry. So there is two that happens in the year, usually around the time students, before a student is graduating or right about when they're graduating, to support students with potential opportunities there as well. But career service team are there throughout the year to help our students, and students get access to student circus to look for job opportunity uh, before they graduate and after they've graduated as well.
Okay. Once again, question is coming regarding the scholarship. Is there any specific scholarship for Bangladeshi student, or also again for
So,
any full fund scholarship? Yeah.
so no, unfortunately, at bachelor's or master's, no. You can look at our PhD or research opportunity page to see if there's to check for PhD scholarships. There are some that might be available, but that depends on very specific research areas. But this is mainly for PhD. At bachelor's or master's level, the scholarship we have is the vice chancellor scholarship, and it's an automatic scholarship of £2,500.
Yeah. Thank you. One of the students is asking, she don't want to pursue the Embrace course, but she's want to do masters in public health or any medicine related subject, but she have a kid, 1 year kid. So what she is going to do with that kid?
You will need to check the UKVI regulation
Bruce.
to check. I'm unable to answer that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, Zahid, do you have a better answer?
Yeah, I am not, I cannot take responsibility for this because I am not a solicitor, but what is my understanding, and as we have been working for this industry for more than 15 years. So according to the rule, international student, they are not allowed to bring dependent for the postgraduate program, top program. However, they are allowed to bring their dependent if this is postgraduate research program, that we can say a Master of Research. So this
Or
student that,
PhD?
or PhD, of course, PhD or DBA, Doctor of Business Administration, or Doctor of Philosophy, or Master of Research. Not all Master of Research. Of course, we need to double check with the university if this is associated with research, and student they are allowed to bring their dependent. So according to the questions made by these students, she said she doesn't want to go for Master of Research, so she wants to do master degree course. That means if this is if she mean like a postgraduate taught program, unfortunately, she is not allowed to bring her dependent with student visa route. However, if there is any other options, I don't know that she can talk one of the solicitor or approved lawyer, legal advisor. I think it answers. Thank you.
Thank you. And we got another question in the YouTube, that is, I want to know, how does the University of Brighton connect students with industry leaders or internships? Are there any partnership that offer students real world experiences?
So I spoke about like the accreditations we hold. So that is one of the routes that our students get access to industry leaders or access to industries in general. But given that our placement team, they've got years and years of experience and they have all the links in various industry to support our student with placement. But again, a lot of our programs, as I mentioned, has employability built into it. So you are doing practical from pretty much day one. So what does that mean? That means you are getting hands-on experience. There's a lot of guest lecturing. There's a lot of industry experts that come to speak with you or do guest lecturing. So that, and you also go, depending on what kind of program you're studying on, you have access to like different fairs or different conferences that you can go to. So these allows networking and interaction and initiations that can then help with potential job opportunity. But even with all of that, the main thing is you need to be proactive. The university offering these would mean nothing if you don't take advantage of it. So there is a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of social clubs and clubs and societies available in the university as well that do a lot in partnership with industry or with the university academics. So you have a lot of opportunity to enhance or to be proactive. So if you don't take those opportunity, then you have everything on your doorstep, but you still could, lose out. So the main thing is make sure, check all your avenues and all your opportunity, interact with your faculty, interact with your career service team, student service team, and join clubs and societies. This way you will network and improve your opportunities.
Thank you. I think he got the answer. And one interesting question comes in the WhatsApp. Some student asking if he completed graduation from Brighton, also completed from his post-graduation, will he or she get two graduation ceremony at the same time from the same university?
Yeah, I mean, if you've graduated your bachelor's, I hope you've attended the graduation ceremony. If you do masters, then you'll definitely be invited for the second graduation ceremony as well. I mean, you deserve to be awarded twice. You've got two different awards. So yeah, absolutely.
Even if they continue their higher education with Doctor of Philosophy, there is a chance for them to attend third convocation.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Sarah. I think I just need to ask two more questions because we have only a few minutes to close for the day today. One is English proficiency. I know that University of Brighton, you accept most of the English proficiency certificate that UKBI they approve. However, do you recommend any specific English test, or do you have anything to say that student they can take advantage to, especially for those who do not have English proficiency certificate ready at the moment. I mean, is there any courses that student they can complete online, or if you have any internal English test?
Sure. So we accept your standard tests that are accepted by UKVI. So like your IELTS, your TOEFL, IBT, or a PT academic, we accept those. At the same time, we also have a few tests that we accept, and we have an internal test that a student can do if they don't have an English test ready yet. So our internal test is KTE test. If you're interested to do that, then we can send you a link and you can sign up to do that through that. And it's pretty quick. Once you get a date and do it, the result is within a few days. So it's very quick. Apart from that as well, we also accept the Oxford ELLT test in case you're looking for something online. We also have pre-sessional options. So we have online pre-sessional options available, and we also have in-person pre-sessional option available. So let's say you've missed your English entry requirement by 0.5 or by 1 point. If that's the case, then you can look at the pre-sessional English options to do before you start your main course.
Okay, thank you for this. So for your online test, the one that you mentioned, your internal test, that's
Yes.
you mean about KITE test, right?
Yes.
And student, they can sit for this test. And once a student, they get their conditional offer letter. And if only condition left is English, and then they can order this test and they can sit for this test online, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you for this. And I just need to add, because for the KITE test, student they are getting a 25% discount once they can get it from the university. They use university name, code number, so they can save 25% of their fees. Okay, so thank you for all those. And let's talk about accommodation. So for the accommodation that you mentioned, students, they're eligible for the university accommodation. However, they need to apply within a deadline. And if any student, they are not getting university managed accommodation, and they have huge opportunities within the area to go for the private accommodation.
That's correct. So first year students, they are guaranteed university accommodation if they apply before the deadline.
Okay.
So if they've applied before the accommodation deadline for accommodation, then they are guaranteed a university accommodation. But if they miss out, then they could still check, and I'm sure there might be opportunity available within our own accommodation. If not, then there is our accommodation team will guide you towards other private accommodation that you can look for.
Okay, so your accommodation team, they can help them
Yes,
to find their
absolutely.
accommodation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for this. So I think this is all about most of the questions that in my table that I covered. And I just would like to mention is about University of Brighton. So this is one of the favorite places for the Londoners for the day out, if they decide to go for the day out.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it is one of the favorite places for them. They can go during the day. They can do some activities. They can return home with the family. And yes, University of Brighton. So although they are in Brighton, Brighton is not far, is close to the university. Is close to London, is not that far, between 40 minutes to 60 minutes that they need by train. But if they drive then is a different time, almost same. And for the scholarship, I think this £2,500 scholarship, they cover most of the countries at the moment. But I can remember 3-4 years back, we tried to add this scholarship for a few regions, but it was not there. So students, they can access to £2,500. And in addition to £2,500, there is another 500 that early bird discount that they get. So after adjusting this 3,000, for the postgraduate, I can see that tuition fee is about £14,000. And obviously, they can, if they can come with the placement, and as you mentioned, that the student, they need to get paid by maintaining the UK minimum wage standard. That means the student obviously they will be earning more than they are investing for the first year. So I encourage personally, I encourage the student, because as an international student, this is very big investment for them. So they are looking about the return of that investment. So I feel that for the both undergraduate and postgraduate student, if they decide to accept a course with work placement, I think they can access to UK job. So they can gather that job experience from the UK. Obviously, they have their UK degree, UK qualification, they have UK job experience, which can make them more competitive in the world job market. They can probably get a very nice job in the UK or outside of UK. So this is what is my understanding. And for the entry requirement, that we understood that the student, they can check university website from different region. However, Shabuj Global Education, we will be happy to support you wherever you are. So we are based in South Asia, Middle East, Africa, UK, and Europe. So if you are someone close to one of our branches, please do contact us. And if you cannot find branch directly, obviously you can email us to info@shabujglobal.com, or you can visit www.shabujglobal.com. So this is all about. I was about to go, but I think this is not good, because I just saw 3-4 questions last minute. So if Sarah, you think you can
I'm still here
for 5 minutes? Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm still here.
MTS, if you can please go through these 3-4 questions, then we can conclude for the day. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we got 2 questions from LinkedIn. Do students who studied in an English-speaking country get a waiver for English language test or something?
Yes. So if you check our English language requirement page, you will see what countries are exempt in terms if you've studied from those countries. So something like if you've studied in the US, Canada, Australia, and there's a huge list of countries on that list. So if you've studied in one of those countries, then you would be eligible for a English waiver.
Thank you. Again, for the English language requirement, is IELTS waiver for Indian students based on their 12th certificate?
So if you've done like CBSE or CISCE, then yes, English waiver is available based on how many years it has been that you've done that. So if you're going for bachelor's and it's only been less than a year or 2 that you graduated your CBSE or CISCE, then yes. If you are a postgraduate applicant, then you will have we can also still accept CBSE or CISCE based on, obviously, you're showing your previous higher education, your bachelor's degree, and if you've been in workplace as well. So based on that, we should be able to accept for postgrad as well. But for postgrad, we just need to double check and just check your academic history.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any
more
another question is
questions?
about,
Yeah.
she wrote, she applied for, I think, master's by research course, and she already gave the research proposal. So how she would know her proposal is accepted or not? Is there any notification you will get from the university or not?
You need to check your student portal where you applied through. You need to check your student portal, and if feel free to also reach out to the international office with your student ID, and we can check for you.
Thank you.
Or reach out to Shabuj Global. They can help you with your process.
Yeah, the students are here. They can contact us.
Yeah. Just so you know, like just want to add, any Master of Research application or PhD application, anything that requires a proposal or portfolio even, the application processing time for those is a bit longer because it's not the admission team who make the final decision. Admission team will process the application, tick everything on the checklist, and then send it on to academic tutor or the faculty. And the faculty will have to review and then make a decision. This is where it takes a bit of time because faculties are always busy with various things, but they're busy with teaching, they're busy with marking this and that. So usually, sometimes they don't have time to look at application and make and do application review. So sometimes it can take a bit of time, but usually any of these kind of application, expect to get a decision within 2 weeks time. But if you're applying for a taught program where there's no proposal or portfolio required, then you would be able to get a decision. If it's a straightforward application, you would get a decision within 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 working days.
Yeah.
So thank you. Imtiaz, I think this is the end for the day. If there is no other questions that you selected. And thank you, Sarah, joining with us. And I just need to mention this live session is recorded, and students for their parents who missed today or who want to listen to this again and again, they can go, they can find it in shabuj.com website. They can find us in our social media pages, including LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook pages. And for the quiz that you made for the students today, so to get the answer, they need to go to this social media live again, I think, the recording version. So they can go through again and again, and they can find the answer. And I hope to get the answer from the audience as soon as tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And we will declare the winners in our next event, social media live with University of Brighton. So thank you again. Thank you again for joining with us. And for the students and viewers, if you want to register for any queries, please go www.shabujglobal.com/registration. You can you can put the questions, and one of our expert counselor will come back with you, which is obviously closest to you. So thank you, Imtiaz, for arranging this event as every Monday, and thank you, Sarah, for joining us today, and thank you, audience. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.